What's up? Gotta post that we're live and then. What's up, Knife? Speedy Gonzalez over here these days. Can't be beat anymore. Thumbnail. Good. All right. What's up, Jeremy? Gotta remember I got upgrades. Upgrades. Need an upgrade. Want upgrades. All right, what do we have? Gonna share your upgrades? I want them. That real fast. Get one more chip. Not that I really need them, but... Oh, internet and a PC. How do I get the new Halloween items? There's nothing really to get currently. The only thing that's currently working with it is candy corn spawns instead of the food. So I guess it's hard to tell because of where I am and how much I've built. But the Oreos, hot dogs, the apple cores can spawn as candy corn currently. The Scarecrow and the pumpkin are not working, so they'll get updated when they do the next patch they had mentioned. What's up, Grim? Aphid King. The pumpkin normally spawns right there on the porch, but not currently spawning if you have an older save, like pre 1.4.5 or whatever. Yeah, you're 100% getting the Scarecrow. It's just not currently live. Not 100% sure how that worked. Hey, Velocity. Long time no see, man. You're doing good. Essentially, they added it to Playgrounds, and then either enough people said that they want it, or they accidentally didn't get it added properly. Not 100% sure on what happened. But you will be getting it at some point. Should be before the end of October, it sounds like, but they're not super quick at the moment. Needs more detail. I'm just not sure what yet. The roofs will make a big difference. Yes, the hope is that the Scarecrow works past October as well. That's going to be the big thing. I mean, it sounds like they're discussing what exactly is going to happen. So we still have time because like the what is it? The come on. Christmas tree only works during December essentially. So like not totally sure if they're going to be doing anything special to sort of like extend that or if it's just going to work forever. Hopefully it works forever. I've been wanting a an easier way to get crow feathers for so long. Doesn't look quite as good as I was hoping. Works better with the crow feather roofs. Darn. That out of there. Oh. And that info's from Options, one of the developers working on stuff from the Grounded Discord. So it should be pretty accurate. He said multiple times we're getting it at least. What's up, Oozin? How's it going, man? I don't know how I feel about this yet. Like, what am I doing over here? I don't know. I don't love that part yet. I'm thinking making it slightly larger. Not sure what I would do with the extra space, but feels like it would fill this area better. Not sure. Go kill the Termite King. High times with Oozin? Let's go. High times with Timber as well. Those are good times, though. Just want the upgrade rocks. Need to start upgrading all the armor sets that I have. Sure. Don't mind if I do. What's up, Knife? How are the upgrades treating you, though? Must be nice, right? Grinding Diablo 4? Nothing wrong with that. Wait. You didn't even see me? Oh crap, was there two of them there? Yep. I don't feel so good. Hey, it's not sour at least. That's always a win. I'm okay, leave me alone. Cyberpunk? Dang. That's a big improvement. I definitely know that feeling. When I first started making YouTube videos and stuff, my computer was very old. It was pretty miserable because it couldn't run hardly anything. Building the pagoda base on that leggy thing was quite horrible. Oh crap, there's 3 of them. 4 of them. Ah. Dude. Die. This is crazy. There's so many. Oh, we're gonna have to cull the herd. Honestly, at this point, like, this is just gonna be better. AoE. I think it's working. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. They need to make these sticky bombs, man. They'd be so much better. Way more comical, too. Started a new game in Outer Worlds? Nice. Looks like a pretty cool game. It kind of looks like Subnautica building, almost. Stylistically, there. Pretty cool. But just like outer space. Ah! You're healing. Ah! Dang it. Keep attacking! We need the heals. Ah! It's not going well. Oh, that heal was so clutch. It can't even hardly see what they're doing. What the heck? How did I get one shot from that part of it? Lovely. That club is a weapon. I can see why you spent hours. Yeah. Honestly, like, that's what I've been saying for most people. It's a grind, so I understand the complaints 100%. But this is New Game Plus 6 now. And I can destroy everything. And this is the second one. This is one I just finished. I had a salt damage at best, implant weakness salt. So I'm testing the salt damage at best, salt damage at major one that I randomly got while trying to get the sour club. In that area yesterday. Nice. Assuming you mean the termite hill or woodpile, termite, whatever. Not really a hill, but it kind of is. Where'd you? Okay, I definitely blocked that. No! Give me a real heal. Whew, that was close. The only downside of not carrying better armor. The aphid slippers are pretty worthless. I guess if I'm trying to like fill up all the chests in my base, I might as well just collect all these guys. You can't fill up 100 chests if you don't go through killing some bugs. Oh, there's a cone. That over this. Where'd it go? Dang it. Everything but what I wanted. Full chests of those. There we go. Horrible. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? I'm gonna have to get rid of a bunch more crap. I forgot to get the crap. It's an infused one. That's gonna be sketchy. Oh no. Ah, my inventory's full. I'm like, why can't I take out a weapon? Okay, whatever. That's all worthless too, but
now that is a termite. The king among bugs.
just want to aggro the non-infused one. Ouch. Okay. Oh, that's not good.
I don't feel so good.
Get out of here. Your stuns are the worst. Get out of his dead body.
You poisoned me.
Boy, they rough. I have a full. Got a lot of deduper jelly right now. Alrighty. I'm probably gonna die to this thing. I don't want to fight that other one either. Okay. Here we go. How does he stun me still? That's crazy. Oh.
I don't feel so good.
Okay. That was good thing I saved. That might as well be a boss fight. Holy cow. The fact that if you miss a block, you just get stunned. It's way harder. Guess I gotta get good. Alright, come on. Load me up, I'm just gonna die again. I can't get good. We build, not battle. Probably better to do this. Got him. No, don't do that. Get out of here. Smash.
Poisoned me.
Of course it's got frost this time. Ah! You didn't know you can parry the spicy attack. Oh, that's so lame. Give me it. Oh! That was so close. I definitely thought I was about to die. Sometimes you get lucky. Or... definitely want that. I have like 2 or 3 chests of tough gunk, so all good. I got good, knife, alright? I got good. You happy? Oop. Dang it. Whoa. Missed it. Whiffed again. Oh. I have to come back and get all those cones or the waffles eventually. Oh. Raw science. Where is it? Polacanda. Derp.
Science, you are off the hook.
No wonder I feel so slow. Honestly, like, ruined not having speed in this game for me. The way I currently have everything set up.
I hate mosquitoes. Why do
Oh, I can't get my weapon out. Just run for your life. Mom, please. We're free. Oh, of course there's a chest. Where's that tooth? There's that tooth. I do enjoy the random molar locations every New Game Plus, though, for a little while at least. Some of them are a bit ridiculous, but... Huh. I had a feeling there was one up here. Sort of memorized a majority of these random locations. Definitely not all of them, but... The worst oh. Knife? I blame you. I was reading your message and I fell in a hole. What the heck? The worst one is either on that wheel. That's probably the most annoying one currently. I feel like all the other locations are like easy enough. That one's like you either have to build a ridiculous tower to get up there, or you have to use the Mant launch thing. Mant statue launch. One's pretty horrible. Yeah, I see how it is. Trying to think. That feels like the worst one. There's a slightly annoying one on the oak tree as well. I wouldn't say that one's quite as though. The barbecue one's just crazy high. There's one on top of a flower that's pretty annoying as well, but that wasn't the worst tower in the world I had to build. Especially because the one on top of the barbecue wheel is like, it's not even low enough that you get notified it's there. So unless you see, like in a video that it's there, you'd literally never find it in a million years. I think the only way you can find it is by using the handy net. Or accidentally using the um the Mant statue thing to that exact location, because you can't even, you still have to be pretty close to them to even see them when you're flying like that. That one's a really difficult spot, I think. That's what you get when a company that didn't make the game does stuff like that. Things get a little funky here and there. Some of the locations are really fun, so I mean, they did a good job still. But there's a couple ones that are like, dude, what? No one. 2 tiers of mounts? That's a lot of mounts. Had 2 extra spots. I could do mathing. I have technically there, but not here. If I wanted to do this, I'd have to change that. Trying to think of a way to make this a little more interesting. Where, like, if I added, since I have some extra room, I could put spaces in between these. A ladder up or something. Like that, and then I didn't want that wasp anyways. Actually, this. Like this or something. And you have a little ladder up, which is kind of nice. Like, starts to add a little more detail to this space. It's kind of nice. Means they all... want to keep it 3 still. Rude. Yes, technically... Just needs to be... side. That'll make sense in a second. Maybe. Like, since this one gets access from there and that one gets access from here, and sort of mess with it. That's a little weird, but do 2 step up. Can't do that. Maybe weird. It's kind of weird. Just that going higher, I don't think. Oop. Right? That is right. Really just trying to get a little more detail currently. It's all the little things that really start to add up. I want these to feel like actual sort of stable. No reason to half it. Question is how do you make these like... Technically you would get on it from above. Kind of. That would look really cool. That actually Do it this once. No, you want to. It thought about it. Okay, so erase this. Move. Think that they. What's up, Beans? How's it going? Good to hear from you. Okay. See, that didn't really take up anymore. So it's exactly the same. It got rid of a whole one. That's why. So now, can actually. So close, but it's off. Stay. Disappointing. Probably enough. But I guess I could justify doing double high ones. Almost wants to be like that. Can't get through. Might not be enough room for this. Like, do that, but then you can't get around. And I'd have to like make here above. Do type of railing. Do we hit my sub goal? Did I have a sub goal? Are you just saying like the general Twitch one that goes up? It's not terrible. Okay. Can't really think of an actual sub goal that I've made. But we're slowly growing. We're almost at 1900 subs on YouTube. Pretty cool. Issue. This thing. Honestly, I have no clue. I mean, there's the sub goal. There's, I know there's like, I think you had subbed and maybe one other person, but we're almost at 60 followers. I don't even remember what that unlocks. It's current. It just unlocks some just more random things that I can put up for people. Don't think. Quite want to do that, but we could do this. Or we could lag and not put it where I want. Alright, so those are the general stalls. We'll have some, like, I don't know, bridge here. I guess a grass pallet kind of makes sense. Where's so big? Dang it. Really, it sits there, but not. Sure. No, this thing doesn't even look bad. Kind of cool. Down with that. Well, there's a little trick for everyone. Pretty interesting looking. I don't know why it snaps to that piece, but it does. This one's like slightly lower. I like that better. This one's like be crooked. One's still slightly lower. What the heck? The heck was that grass pallet? This? You've never used these ones? Have you used the pine cone ones either? Can't tell me you haven't used the pine cone ones before. Game breaking-ish. It might look kind of cool to put some grass on there. It's like the hay storage. If only they were dry grass. A lot of my good game breaking ideas are ones that I had shared got ruined. I'm not able to see beans. I'm not currently able to see if there's ads or not, but they are, like, on. Maybe not, like, all the grass. Stacks looks weird. Just a bit of grass. Okay, bit more grass. I don't gotta somewhere. Sure. Oh, just for the build trick? Ah. I mean, weird things happen. I use them. My favorite place that I've used the pallets is this. The way they poke through these roofs. This has been my favorite. Absolute favorite. I just tried it on the pine cone roofs, but because the feather roofs curve, they show through way better. They're really cool, though. I'm a big fan of those pallets. I think there's a lot of pretty fun ways to use them. What's up, Lude? How's it going, man? Another day. I know the feelings. Definitely know the feeling. Just my wife and I all day watching our kid while trying to work the whole time. That was pretty fun today. It was a long one to say the least. Might work as well as I'd like here. I'd seen that build of yours, but didn't remember the pallets poking through. Yeah, that's like literally my favorite part of that whole build. Knives on Twitch and YouTube. That's a very large reason why I like that whole build there. And that was like total accident. Guys, I forgot to cook a bunch of shrooms. I got too busy today. Literally didn't have any time. I have to bring some of this over to the pagoda base and cook them there too. Dog hair. Nothing worse than running out of shrooms, man. Getting tickled by dog hair. Oh, there it is. Brick, brick, brick. Brick, brick. Got all the builders in here. Well, you try pretty good, Lude. Probably should have just left those up. And why am I missing health or hunger right now? And thirst? I'm literally... They're turned off. They can't do that. It's not allowed. Sounds good, Knife. Thanks for hanging out, man. Get out of here. Come on. Dang it. Did I run out? No, okay. I need to move this mushroom slurry chest one chest over. Reach just slightly better. Wasn't supposed to use the last of that. I gotta figure out what chest to put it in again. Full inventory, no. This one? Yeah. I'll put this bit over at the pagoda. Is YouTube behaving for me? In what way? Okay. Can I get out of here now? Help me! I'm stuck in an infinite loop. I wanted to be over here. Ooh, didn't want to do that. Let's... Hard part is I can't actually see it because I use Restream. Didn't seem like there were any issues. Is it like something specific or just it not playing? Was it like lagging? Or something? It's the worst part about using this dual stream system is that you have to use like their interface. You don't get like all the feedback from YouTube or Twitch. Or is it just because it's not Twitch? More mushroom. To delete 3/4 of a thread in another chat because people were being inappropriate. Random people coming in and just being internet people. Oh, not for me. Luckily. But I do find people in general kind of suck, so there's that. The only person in, looks like pretty much everyone currently chatting is actually on Twitch tonight. Knife was originally, there was maybe 1 or 2 other people that checked in on YouTube. Jeremy was on YouTube as well. But no, fairly quiet currently. It's funny because when I streamed yesterday, there was nobody on Twitch and everyone was on YouTube. It's really random. Like 1 person on Twitch. So much to the point where I was just talking to that 1 person and everyone was like, dude, who are you talking to? The YouTube page up as well. Yeah. Double views, baby. Boost those numbers. The ultimate hack. I will say, this is more efficient than using the blaster, but honestly, the blaster is way more fun. That's got to be taken into account. Now, if the blaster was a sticky bomb, it would be 1,000 times better. Just Weevil. Normally here because it's better than YouTube. Got the notification you were live yesterday when I was on out walking the dog. No worries, man. No worries. I'm here. I don't chat often because I'm playing grounded and stuff. Totally get it, Gary. That is what I did before I started streaming. I would just watch other people and play the game. I enjoy watching, or at least chatting with people that are playing the same game. Guest over here yet? I do prefer Twitch. As a user, I prefer Twitch heavily as well. I will say in like terms of like the user interface, partially because there's about half as much you can do on YouTube. YouTube's like as a creator is simple, which is nice. I do like that part. But that's mostly because Twitch offers about 10 trillion things that YouTube does not. So it's simpler for many reasons. Hard part is YouTube's like pays so much better. And Twitch promotion sucks, so you kind of have to do both. I'd prefer to just stream on Twitch, but it's kind of like I would lose out on 90% of the YouTube money I'm making currently, just from people viewing the streams. It's pretty crazy. And Grim, I'll never be upset about someone walking their dog and missing the stream. Don't you worry. It's always a good use of your time. Next thing, you'll be on TikTok? Ew. I ended up deleting TikTok. I got so tired of that garbage just everything. Got to the point where everything was such a just waste of time to watch. Content got so bad. I just got like so tired of it. Now I like watch YouTube shorts if anything. Just because it's more curated to like what I'm currently doing, so it's slightly less waste of a time. But still a waste of time. Only have it to mod? Yeah. I mean, I remember See-Through being on it and like saying like, dude, it was crazy how many people were on it and chatting. Missed it. You'll follow? Oh, of course, man. When I saw you were building, I missed it as well, but when I was like, oh, would like to see other people build at times when I'm not streaming. Issues you're streaming like at, for me, at like 2:30 in the morning or something. I was like, dang. That's a different time zone. So who knows if I'll actually be able to catch you live. It's like having an autograph from Rockstar. Happy that I got you into it, man. That's awesome to hear. That's the kind of the great thing is like See-Through got me into it, and now I'm getting other people into it. I love to hear it. Really the goal. Keep getting people to build. Definitely try to check out your channel whenever you're live if I'm awake at that time. Bye, nerd. I mean, Lude, as you can tell, I ADH build pretty bad too, man. Pretty bad days. One of these times, I'm just gonna make the title ADH Building My Life Away. I don't know, Grim said that's what he would like that, so. X the mushroom. Toadstool. Yeah, New Zealand. I remember that. Early AM, but not many people are builders and want to watch it. That's unfortunate. I have no interest to, I mean, I'm on New Game plus 6, I guess, but I have no desire to go to 15 and just make the game unbearable. At that point, it's no longer fun. I like a little bit of a challenge in the combat. There's always a bit of comedy in getting insta one-shot by something, so I don't complain too much about that these days. I just try to laugh. But there's one guy on the Grounded Discord that literally, like, it's on like 15, like New Game plus 15 or something. I'm like, dude, that just doesn't sound fun. So all he's doing is like racing through the game as fast as he can and beating all the bosses and dying a trillion times. I'm like, that just sounds like insanity. That's what he enjoys. More power to him, but man, it sounds painful. Times I don't even build. I'll just fly around and look at stuff for an hour, then shut it down because I feel overwhelmed. Honestly, Lude, that's part of the process, man. It really is. I can't tell you how many times I just fly around and go, okay, well, look what we've done. This is all cool. What do I even do here? Then I'll be like, Well, maybe if I move one of these up, and then I'll just go fly somewhere else. I'll be like, huh. What if I, like, got rid of some of this and did, like, a height change here or something? Okay, well, I need to get under here, so I move one block, and then I go, huh. Well, I probably want to do that on stream, so I won't do that. And then I look at all this stuff I did over here, and I'm like, sure, maybe. It might look good. I don't know what I'm doing with this, so I'm not going to work on that right now. I don't know what to do about this straw, so I'm going to ignore this as well. I just go around in circles and around in circles. Then, oh, what do I do over here? Maybe I get rid of this and build some houses along this wall and this wall. And then that fills this space in, and yeah, maybe that works. And then, well, that was a fun little detail. I wonder how I could use these again. Huh. Oh, let's build 2 random blocks for no reason. Did that earlier today for some random reason. Cleaned up a couple little things. And I just flew around looking at stuff. And obviously not fixing things that twisted. Be well down on watching Luderav work. Followed you in case you've decided to randomly stream. I definitely enjoy the world of streaming, just like playing, grounded and chilling. Been a fun process so far. Definitely not for everyone. Okay, where's the... Must be one over here. Hello? There. Yeah, honestly, I feel like everyone... I mean, you kind of have to ADHD a little bit to build big. It's nearly impossible to just, like, raw dog a mega build. Go crazy. Tends to feel impossible to me. I have to just jump around and do lots of little things. That's also how I don't get burned out from mega building, is like... I mean, one, like, this is a mega build, but, like, each individual thing feels like its own complete build. So, like, each thing gets to be this new, interesting idea. But then I get, like, okay, that's coming together. Okay, let's go back over here. And then, okay, did I miss anything over on this side of the base? Yeah, he's on Twitch. I really want to be able to hide this. It would look so much better. Go down. Do it! Why? It's such a random detail. It's definitely an interesting build all around, man. Definitely interesting. I think as I flesh it out, I'll be able to make it look cooler, but currently it's funky. Maybe not. Three, then... Huh? One of these... That's two. Them skeeters. This doesn't work very well on this side. Do get in the center. Tables are coming along. That palette trick added a nice extra. Yeah, as soon as I get these details figured out, I think it'll start coming together, but let's kind of want to take some more inspiration from this. This one looks way better. Like, way better. Maybe some details like this. Yeah, maybe ash cement's the way to go instead of mushroom. It's definitely a lot of mushroom currently. Something like this would look really nice as well. I think the ash cement. Oh man. The ash cement would add a lot of detail. I'm also thinking I'm gonna look more stables-like than the mushroom brick. I think that'll probably look not perfect, but better. You never sent me pictures of yours to copy, Lude. What the heck? How am I supposed to copy you? But isn't that the point as well? I don't know how I even feel about this yet, man. So but also rude. Leaving me all on my own like that. Come up with my own ideas. It's just mean. We'll send it in the Discord so I can see what it looks like. I need ideas. Interesting. I don't hate it. Need something though. Yes, it is the point. I like that you have the armory right above the stable. Smart design choice. Kind of jealous. I hadn't thought about that. I'm sure as soon as I see yours, I'll be like, why didn't I think of that? What the heck? It just kind of happened is the thing. I was like building this armory space sort of thing, and I'm like, I don't feel like the armory needs to be this tall. And then I saw I made a list of all the ideas that we had been talking about for different like buildings in a city. And I had stables, and I was like, what if I built like stables sticking out and flying out that way? That would be kind of interesting. And then I was like, oh, what if they go sideways? And I can like quadruple the amount of bugs that fit in here. That's not quite as just gonna be boring the other way, I think. And this feels a bit more like an actual stables too, which I like. I like bugs on both sides. I definitely like it better than what I had before. They're kind of bland, honestly. I had it completely closed in and watched the stream from last night and seen what you did with the open way out and was like, yeah, I need a way for them to fly out. That's kind of like what I was thinking. I almost like, I'm trying to think of it as like a bug hangar. So like it's a barn, but it's also like in a city, so it's got to be more like industrialized almost. It's like not out in the farm, these like farmlands or anything, you know. Makes it very interesting. But at least functionality wise, I kind of think it'd be cool to have them fly out this way. I just didn't like the amount of space, but I don't know. kind of more interesting this way, where like everyone flies out and then just gets and they're off. Kind of makes sense. I don't know. Am I opening in the ceiling though? Yeah, that's a good way to do it too. If I didn't have an armory above it, it's one downside, I guess. That's gonna suck. Can't quite line them all up the way I was thinking. Dang it. It worked there, but then this one's not gonna want to work, I guess. So like the wasps as a mount idea, I'll probably steal that for another kingdom, right? I think I liked the mosquitoes. Like I do think the mosquitoes are sort of like, they even look like just a crazy stallion. Like the way they move and everything, like it kind of makes sense. So I'm trying to think of it like, those would be interesting, but then there'd also probably be different mounts. Like there'd be different types of horses. Like the more it just adds detail as well, I think, which is nice. Just like having different options just automatically makes it look slightly more interesting, which is nice. They're small stables for flying bugs, though. Don't know yet. Could also have a rank system, tiger, mosquitoes for the generals and the nicer stable or something. It's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, I definitely won't be doing more than one, but in the stable, that's kind of what I was thinking is like specific. If the moth wasn't so big, I was going to put like one moth in, but it's freaking massive. Like way too big. I don't even think it'll fit. I'd have to like get rid of this whole last one. Kind of ruined some of the detailing I'm going for, so I don't know. We'll see. This gives me an idea. I think I had to get some extra detail in here since can do this. Get some depth in the build. Using my own build tips and tricks there. Smart man. That one doesn't go there. That goes. Those. This. That. This. Is that what I'm trying to do? My brain. Didn't realize I wasn't subbed on Twitch. Needed to fix that. Thank you, man. Sorry, I need to set up another system. Thank you for subbing, by the way. I need to set up a system that allows me to get a notification. It does not currently tell me any way, shape, or form that like there's been a sub or anything for some reason. And then since I'm also using the dual stream system, it's like then I don't get hardly any notification. But thank you, man. We're 2 away from the sub goal. 10 sub. Keep this as consistent as I can. Hate ads, that'll do it too. Interesting. This is gonna be this instead. Yeah, everything. I did the YouTube Premium trial for the month, and I'm like, dang, this is... No ads on YouTube is really nice. I didn't quite understand it at first, and now I'm like, well, wait a second. Deserve the love as much as you and I go back and forth. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. You'd definitely be getting my Twitch Prime if you streamed. Any day. Switching to definitely made it easier on the eyes, yeah. It feels, yeah, the mushroom doesn't quite work for this detail. I don't know, some of this might change, but at least getting started, this makes a lot more sense to me too. There are definitely times where it's like, really just needs like a second material and everything. Helps get rid of some of that redundant, like, visual effect. But then it leads to new things I have to figure out. One day, Lude. No rush, don't worry. You definitely have to want to do it. It's... Although it's really fun, I mean, maybe it's just because I'm so busy in life at the moment, but it's a full-on commitment to, like, do it. There are definitely nights where I'm like, I don't want to. I'm always happy once I get on, but there are definitely times where, like, I just don't really want to, though. After a long day of work, and my son's been having a rough time. Alright, I'm noticing one problem, guys. I don't think a character can fit in between these. What? It's so skinny. Why is it so skinny? What the heck? I'm gonna have to come test that because holy cow, dude. It's so skinny. The handy gnat doesn't even fit through it. That already looks a little better too. Definitely need to stream consecutively to get the following. Yes, 100%. That's my biggest struggle is it's like I'm consistent-ish. Like I'm consistent adjacent at the moment. But it's very difficult to stream like every day. Now, if my wife was pregnant again and it was before we had our son, I'd have been live every single night of the week. Like, honestly, every night. But now that we have a kid, it is not the same. Definitely is harder to do. It has a big impact on the ability to, like, grow quickly. And if I had started streaming Grounded a lot earlier, that would have helped, but is what it is now. Just go crazy when Grounded 2 comes out. Just mega builds all the way through Grounded 2. Wouldn't that be crazy, guys? I honestly think that Grounded 2 would change my life. If we could get the same viewership that this game had originally and I got to build from the very start, like, holy cow. Insanity. Alright, that's kind of cool. Some little details come from that, at least. If, Grounded 2 became a thing, I would just tell my wife that I'm sorry, but I gotta stream every night. I love you, but this will be amazing. Life comes first, can only do what you can, definitely. That's definitely how I treat it anyways. I don't stress over it too much. I have a good paying job, so I don't have to necessarily worry about it or anything. I'm pretty lucky that way, so. Always trying to do better, you know, but I definitely can't complain too much. Excited to see if and what they do for Grounded 2, although I'll probably do kind of the same thing I did for the first one. What was that? I just literally full nerd out. That does make sense. Do it like that. Question is, what am I gonna do up here? Straight into creative to this day. I still haven't played the game. That still blows me away, man. I mean, the way you build and stuff, like, I totally get it. But man, the only thing that keeps me going is the story mode stuff. I just get burned out so much easier on, like, full creative mode. I have to have that, like, extra element, or else I just can't. I get being creative every day is a very difficult thing to do from experience. Horrible on the survival. I mean, I've tailored the survival heavily to how I want to play the game. So that helps as well. That's definitely a big part of it. I think the custom game settings make a huge difference. Huge, huge difference. Survival was not as fun. I just was obsessed with the building, but like when I started this base, oh, and parts of the pagoda, dude, without the handy net, just like, oh, it was a labor of love. Like I was literally so obsessed with this game at that point in time. Not that I'm not now, but it's so much easier to do it at this point. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. That's the great thing. If you play on survival, just turn the eating and drinking off. That's what I just did. Now I don't even worry about it. Even better. This is where I'm trying to figure out is like, what is? Always two sides to building. Was the same in Minecraft back in the day. Earning my resources an enjoyable aspect, but I totally understand people that want a complete freedom in building. Yeah. I think most people need to better understand that it doesn't make any difference. I wish more people would try creative and like do multiple different things. Wasn't around when we started playing. That is true. That is very true. It is now, though. Not that you necessarily want to go back at this point, but... Gotta be the... I can definitely see both sides of it, though. I have no clue. Just kind of messing around. I gotta see it. Say it's hard to go backwards at this point. No, 100%. That's why I'm so like... Dude, when we finish the sandbox build, it's like, what am I gonna do? I don't think I'm gonna have enough room to like... I'm gonna build until I can't build anymore and the game keeps crashing, but... I don't have any clue at how big that's gonna be. What point it's gonna be like, ha, that's it. Hopefully it's a lot longer than it feels like it's gonna be. But doing crazy details like this is what's gonna take it up, fill it up fast. It's all right. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but just feels like it wants to feel like a door, but hard to say. So I got to get on Enshrouded here soon. Just in my free time and get really comfortable with the building system, screwing around with stuff. May like the look of quarter triangles better than railing there. Like... saying like flipped. Like that. I just want it to feel more like a gate. I can't... There's not really a good way to do it. You're saying here? Or here? had been thinking about doing more of this stuff. Okay, cool, cool. Let's compare the two sides. I mean, essentially the quarter triangles are just the same, isn't that right? I think something like that. Hey. Not bad. Yeah. Like slightly like this different texture, but I don't love it. Totally. Hurts my brain. So like daunting. Yeah, we do need more options, that's for sure. Pick all this. Dude, geez. Hey, there's a bunch of animals living in here, dude. Get me out of here. Jesus. That scared the crap out of me. Holy cow, I knew I was going to do that at some point. I didn't really think about how loud the noise was going to be. Like right in my ear. What? Who put all those things down there? Gosh, this is the struggle about having animals, guys. Is now I got to clean up after these things every day. Did it again. Let me out. Oh no. We don't fit. How is this possible? Oh my gosh. That's so lame. Why is one side so much thicker? How dumb. Makes negative sense. Literally negative sense. A lot of pieces got added as the game got updates, but I wish there was a variant. Yeah. I mean, realistically, I think they're missing a curved piece of this that like fits around the edges where now you can create. So like a slightly concaved triangle piece, a triangle floor, quarter triangle floor of every kind. I think each window needs to have something like this, like some little decorative window, a larger decorative window, a small window, and a big open window. I know it'd be a little more difficult, but I think each one needs those styles. Same with the curved. Like each one could have better options. They need every type of arch. I know they're harder to model. They need all the quarter blocks for the roofs. So just everything here, but in a quarter version. Same, yeah, with a quarter triangle. Not the end of the world. Sure, they could make more of these that look more interesting, but whatever. They need triangle versions of the foundation, not just curved. They definitely need an ash cement one of these. They need curved mushroom floors. or stairs. Ludorav and I were talking about that. That would be this, but in mushroom floors and like a pine cone hand railing. God, beautiful. Ash cement stairs as well. They definitely need a pine cone hand railing of some kind that's like way fancier. They need a pine cone version of these. Shroom windows. Yeah, the shroom windows need to be... What they should have done with the shroom windows is exactly what this just inside a shroom. So like make a stem in shroom construction and then just added the shrooms in to fill in like these little gaps and just do like a wood frame. It'd be perfect. And then you can do that in everything, every material. And then you could do like ash cement and mushroom walls and ash cement, like an ash cement with weed stem, like vice versa. There's a lot of little things. More decorations and stuff are great, but not the end of the world. Mushroom floors that look more like tile-like would be cool. Gosh, so many. Yeah, the arch is a big one for me. An ash cement arch alone would go so far. They definitely killed it with the things they added compared to what they used to have, but I think those are my big ones. I'm sure there's other things, lights and stuff that would be really nice, but overall, I think those are the big ones that I feel like are really missing. They're missing an infected ant queen stuffed bug. Now you can't get the parts, but you should still be able to make it. They did really good with all the statues and stuff. I mean, you could say I wanted it to go on endlessly, but armor dummies need to be able to store a trinket and a weapon as well, so you can pose them with the weapon. That needs to 100% be a thing. Yeah, if they had grounded too, I'd be like, how do I consult with you guys? Even if I have to be an intern, can I please consult and work on the building pieces and like system? I have a proven track record of really wanting this game to succeed. So please, let me help. Pretty please. 100% agree. Need to be able to put a weapon in the hands of an armor dummy. I think that'd be a really easy change. Very simple. Especially with everything they've done so far, it would be so good. So good. It. Yeah, I knew Lude would love the armor or the weapon in the armor mounts. Infected Ant Queen could have easily been a recipe with fungal growth. Yeah, I mean it just could be whatever. I mean, they make it as expensive as they want. It doesn't have to be this like, oh my gosh, you can't get the parts of an infected ant queen. You just add infected parts to the fire ant queen or whatever pieces, and it'd be easy enough. Why is there pieces underneath it? Jeez, some other crap. Alright, I swear I've picked all of this up. How is there more? Shit and bricks. And oppose if they're using that weapon. Oh, 100%. Yeah, that was like, I was going to say implied Ludorav. Like, of course, 100%. It has to. Only someone built there. Some ladders so I could get up around here. Whoa, leg. Definitely gonna want to way up here. Okay. Ah! Posing stuff bugs would be really cool too. I can't imagine that that's that incredibly difficult as well. Like, because it could just be their standard attack pattern, but put the same way as you can pose the armor dummies. Like, I can't imagine that that's that crazy to add as well. Not saying it's the easiest thing in the world, but I assume with the mechanics that they currently have, that would not be the most crazy thing to think of. Never turned in the wood pile super chip to Burgle. Went over there, got it, and left. Totally forgot about it. It's definitely coming together, though. Like, I'm enjoying seeing these spaces sort of get slowly filled in. It's slow progress, which is good, because it's just more content. Which is really the whole goal of building this massive city. So it's like, it's working the way I intended it to. But it is a little slow progress, it feels like. We're getting there, little by little. Don't even make sense to wasted space. Wish you could put an armor dummy on the stuffed bugs in creative like you can in playgrounds. That is surprising you can't. I'm still upset that I can't bring this world into Playground. Eric told me that they were looking at adding that as an option. It was like, let's go. I'm in. That sounds like an amazing thing to have. I'd build forever if I could take this into Playgrounds. I don't know how I'd ever stop. Although I'd probably still run into the build issues, but maybe not. I don't know. Not bad. Just needs to move over. Things clip. This dude got the crap end of the stick. He got. Someone needs to clean up the gravel in his. Good thing I'm just designing the city. I'm not like. This ain't my problem. Someone else got to figure out this crap. That. This looks better. Not happy about it. These just look too flimsy. Thought this would kind of look cool. The only thing I don't like about the other side is it's too plain. That adds a cool little detail. Go, 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 go. The efficiency. Till the end. Screwed it up right at the end. Yeah, that's nice. I can live with that. This is just too repetitive, it feels like. Feels less cumbersome. Now. Oh gosh. Ludrav, don't you say things like that. I didn't even think about that. Now they 100% will. I'll be doing this all day. Tomorrow, like my son goes down for a nap, I'm just gonna be flipping this crap. I'm watching you. You know, you're gonna get a partially worded Discord message if that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Yeah, the flipping bug thing. It's the weird part is like I used to be able to predict like what was going to and what wasn't. Like it just made sense for some reason. Now it just does it to the most random pieces. And that's what I can't understand is there's no like it used to be like, okay, every time I place this block like this, it's going to happen. Now it's like it's Thursday on like the middle of the month. It makes no sense. It's sunny outside. So now this, like I came back and I think like one of these was like this. And then I think like you saw in the beginning, like a couple of these were churned. But like this one was fine. This one was fine. This one, only this back piece had like flipped over here. This whole thing was completely rotated around. These were like on the inside. These were like flipped in there as well. And then just like one roof piece. And I'm like, what? But then every single one of these was flipped. Some of these I had built and they had flipped, and then I ended up changing my mind. Like I can't make any like rhyme or reason out of why it currently does it is the weird part. That's what throws me, like, trips me out about the whole thing. It's just so inconsistent these days. I kind of have just gotten used to it at this point as well. So I don't even really hardly like, when it happens, I just, all right, let's go flip everything. Which is probably not a good attitude to have, because I should be more annoyed about the whole thing. But yes, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, I keep wanting to send in another bug report, but I'm like, I'm so done. I've made so many bug reports these days, like, on stat kind of stuff, and then, like, nothing's changed. Or they build, or they fix it, and then it breaks every new update, so I'm like, why do I even care? Why am I worrying about it? Is what it is. I guess they have better priorities. Makes you want to throw the keyboard. I've also never done it to the level that it's happened to you, I think. Like, this would probably be the most triangles. I think it happened... There was a couple really annoying ones that happened with this build, because this one uses a ton of those triangles. Pretty much at every point, one of these frickin' spires was rotated, or, like, the majority of the roof pieces were rotated. There's been times where I've wanted to punch a baby. Not mine, someone else's. I couldn't punch that little cutie. Even when he's driving me up the wall. Dude's a psychopath these days. 18 months is a really fun age, but holy cow, the dude is nuts. He's like a raving drunk person at all times. It's so funny. I can't decide. what I like. The dragon was the last time I built something that big with so many little pieces. Yeah, that would do it. I'm slightly leaning towards this, but I just don't know. Like, I can just sort of picture this more as like a gate that like opens. Or like, how does someone get in there and get on their bug? That's the question. What's up, Dylan? How's it going, man? Just like that, it's like slightly different material. And if they had a really beautiful pine cone one, I think that would be the route I would go. I definitely think they should have made more pine cone stuff as well. That would have been a great addition. Perfect. I got a one of these here. I figure out what the heck I'm doing with this armory. Oh. This is not... kind of is what it is, but it's not as centered as I would like. Like technically, because this would want to go over a little further. Probably look fine like that then. Give the, what? 1, 2, 3. No, still not quite the same. That's only 2.5 though, and that's 3. So, guess it is what it is. Trying to figure out what to do with this space. Don't even know what I'm doing with half of this. This is all just randomness. What about taking out the bottom stems and having an inverted triangle fence sits on it? It looked hinged. Taking out the bottom stems. This. It's doing like saying this. Kind of looks nicer. Then it's like a lot of the same detail. It's not horrible though. Sure, this isn't quite what you were thinking, but problem with the ADHD building, nothing ends up being centered like you really want. I mean, the nice thing about this is I think this is the perfect part of this whole city build for that just like nothing quite makes sense, because I think that's how cities are kind of like best made. So for my purposes, I think it's perfect because I want to build, like I counted out all of these and I perfectly spaced all of this, and like, so everything was centered, everything had like the specific blocks. That's how I made all of this stuff. That one was a little weird. And this one was a little different, but I think for this build, it finally is like the right place for that to actually happen. Or like, oh, it's not centered. Well, I actually want it to look a little bit more sporadic now. So that's why I'm not trying to worry about it too much, because once this whole place is filled in, like so many of these details are going to fall into the wayside. Like this being on 2 different grids and like just doing some janky stuff like makes for an interesting building shape, which I like, because like this is not on this grid. This wants to be in a slightly different grid and it wasn't letting me place it. And so I've just been doing weird stuff. But these details will like totally disappear once all of this stuff's filled in. And you'll get so much detail going in, like when you're down here, like maybe it's a little off, but it's so little that you'll actually see. I'm trying to be a little less OCD about things as well. Little fighting arena outside the Roman army, Roman times. I don't know what this is going to be, but that's kind of the idea. Is this is the city barracks. So this will be like a training ground area. Then like towers for living quarters, just some random storage stuff. Then you got like exits and stuff to get out. Then the armory drops down to through my little fireman's hole. Drop down into the barn or the stables to get your mounts, and then fly on out. I'm totally borrowing that mill idea. I accidentally placed these, I think like that yesterday, and I was like, wait a second. Wait a second. With these quarter ones, this looks epic. Just have to find a good thing to apply it to. Not that this is a good place for it, but probably better and more out of the way than it currently is. I thought it would make sense to have... It's sort of a medieval style city, so it kind of makes sense to have some kind of a windmill building. Especially if I can not break the game and get to the point where all of this is infilled to the level that I want it, and I do everything I want to do, then I want to build a dragon pit style building from Game of Thrones over this whole area, and then I wanted to do like sporadic little towns and do more of like a weed stem grass hut sort of feeling for farms, and do like big farms and stuff out here with everything. I doubt we'll get anywhere near that, unfortunately, but that was kind of the hope, as I would slowly fill in this area and make this like the outer farming land and a big dragon pit where I could teleport bugs in. They disappear after a while, but for one video, it would look pretty cool to have them like TP'd in and have like a bug zoo sort of thing. That was something I've wanted to do, just enough of a bug zoo to like make a video, and then if it doesn't work after that, that's fine. Yeah, never say no. I'm hopeful, man. I will say although I'm using a ton of pieces, like adding a ton here and building a ton of stuff with all of this, I have erased or like destroyed so many random builds around this map. Like I had so many just miscellaneous like blueprints and just random crap that it is like I've gained a ton of space. And then I'm honestly, once I get the beauty kind of like fly around shots of all these bases, I'm going to start deleting the exterior lighting. Like some of it I'll keep, like these less sporadic ones, but I will start deleting, if I get more lag, like all of this stuff, since at this point, once I get a video of it, it doesn't matter anymore because you can't see it ever. So I'll get my beauty shots, and then all of this kind of stuff will get deleted, so we'll get more space with that. I think I did it on the other side over here as well. I didn't even finish it. Yeah, like, so I'll probably be deleting a lot of that lighting, and from the sounds of it, the lighting is probably the worst offender when it comes to lag. So by deleting just all this junk, sure, I'll leave some of these random ones, but the excessive lighting like that, I'll go through and delete and make it. I think we'll gain quite a bit of space just doing that kind of stuff. I mean, if I have to like go through and delete some of the stuff in these columns, these aren't too bad. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 12 lights. The stuff like this is still not too egregious. This ceiling is ridiculous because it's blueprints and it's firefly lanterns. There's also tons on the back sides there, so I could delete that, but I do like the interior lighting better. So I'll probably keep all the interior lighting, but if I have to delete every light on the outside of the pagoda, I'll do that as well to make it so I can keep building. We'll see what happens. There's definitely a lot of little places that I could delete some random lighting. This stuff looks so nice, though. It's the struggle. But even just deleting those 200 lights there between all of that stuff, like that'll save a lot of space in terms of the build issues that I had. No, I'll never get rid of that chandelier. Don't you worry. How bright are those lights? They're all set to the maximum, if that's what you mean. I'm kind of irked you didn't think of the windmill as either, Lude. Oh, dang it. Forgot I don't eat breakfast food anymore. You made me come up with that idea all on my own. I had to work really hard. I'm hopeful that we'll get further than I think we will at this point with how much I've cleaned up the world and how much more I can do. But we'll see. I'm assuming you just mean out like the brightness setting on the lights, right? I always just set everything to maximum. Looks the best. If yours look a little different, it might be because I'm on PC. If you're like on Xbox or PlayStation, I think those look a bit different. No, Lude. I think I'm only going to get rid of exterior lighting. Like the egregious use of lighting in like areas like this. I think all the interior stuff just looks so good that it's worth keeping. But honestly, like this Eye of Sauron looking thing that's got 600 lights, like it could probably go. But I'm going to start with exterior building stuff mostly because that's where I have a lot of wasted lighting. I think I have quite a bit over here on the pagoda that I could delete as well. Like random stuff that you never see. Not too bad though. I was much more reserved with this. Much more reserved. Is there a specific one that you were thinking of, Josue? Like in the which specific lighting from which build? The cathedral, the temple, the bathhouse, pot palace, the castle or whatever. Assuming it's one of the insides. Cross that bridge when you get to it, though. We are fine for now, and if push comes to shove, just mow the entire lawn. That's also... I've started that process, as you can see. I've slowly cleared everything out here. I'll clear all that out as well, if I have to. I'll clear everything under there, and I might leave the stuff around the water, but, like, all the dry grass, everything over there, I'll clear it all. It doesn't sound like that would have the craziest effect. Like that'll have the least, it's like a last resort deleting the lawn because it's going to offer the least amount of performance gain, it sounds like. I reached out to the support team asking, like, is it worth my time to delete the grass? And they're like, deleting player built objects is going to do immensely more than erasing the grass, but the grass should have a small effect. But I'm like you have to think, like, how much memory is all of that grass? This is all loading in some way, shape, or form. Like, my pagoda isn't loading in over there, but that grass over by the stinking bird bath or up in the upper yard that I can see, like, that's all spawning in, like, loading in visually in some way, shape, or form. I have to think that would have an effect, getting rid of every single piece. Yeah, the super bright white one that are on... like the pillars. Oh yeah, wait. So the big column ones, they're just white lights. Let me move one. There. It's just white lights. That 100% brightness, color, and saturation are 0. And then it just has that effect. They just get put in the middle. I don't think it necessarily matters all that much. But simple enough. Did they ever mention the difference between building pieces, for example, full wall versus half walls? I didn't get into it that much, unfortunately. I didn't get the most detailed responses, like, oh, do this and it will work. It was very, like, cryptic. I mean, there wasn't a ton of information. But it was enough to go like, okay, grass is a last resort. Deleting any extra block that's not actually being used that I've made. Like if I've got 2 of these stacked, like one underneath here, just randomly, like I deleted everything. So now there's like gaps. Like I used to have this like all the way around and just sloppily built. I had stuff under here. I had wall pieces. I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blueprints of just like stuff that's like, when the ghost gnat was a thing, I would just build all the way down into the sandbox, just so I would fill all the gaps no matter what, never thinking that was going to be an issue. Like I could delete so many more blocks if I still had the ghost gnat. That would be really nice. But I've also found, sounds like from experience from some other people as well, that blueprints seem to have a pretty bad effect on performance as well. Because like my game was crashing and I had blueprints of these stem floors all the way around the entire thing, except for this back area here. But like all of this was covered. Previously I had this under area here, all the blueprints essentially for like what this was, but was just covering the underneath red spot. This thing, I had this completely covered with burr floors. Like I had so many ridiculous blueprints that I just was like, why waste the materials on that? Why waste the build space there? So I've slowly gone through and cleaned everything I possibly can up, and I'll probably go to the pagoda base if I have to and delete stuff on there as well. Like if I have to delete the whole farm over on the pagoda base, I'll delete all those foundations and stuff. Those are completely worthless. I never use that farm. I'll delete it all if I have to, except for like the base, the pagoda base itself. Did read on your Discord, yeah. Me and Lady Monique. Moniki, I can't remember. Spacing. Key, yeah, Monique. We're talking about it. She seems to have better performance now that she's gotten rid of a ton of blueprints. What about this today for your door on the Lego building? What about doing the DBL arches, palisade wall designs? Lego building? Which one's the Lego building? Lego? I'm confused. Send me an image of it on Discord. Can't wrap my brain around that. And what is a DBL arch? EL? A double arch during, is that like Australian? And he's an R. What are you during? Double arch. Still don't know what the Lego building is either. What am I missing? The Lego building. Okay, now I got it. I'm an idiot. Yep. I forgot I called it a Lego, like a sandbox Lego thing. I was like, it's covered now. I don't even think of it as that anymore. It no longer is a Lego block. Alright, what about doing? That's funny. Literally, the second I saw the like little bit of blue, I was like, the Lego, duh. Now I know exactly what he's talking about. Oh man, yeah, out of sight, out of mind, man. That's how ADHD works there. All right, what about doing the double arches with a closed palisade wall design as a closed door? Where? Like here? Or where are you thinking? I mean, it's essentially what this is, right? This is essentially what you're thinking. I do really like this door design. Oh, wherever? Okay. I also think for the houses, yeah, that's a really nice detail. I'm a big fan of that, like, slightly arched door. I just have to figure out where. Yeah, that's the current struggle. Wherever there's space, really. That's that might work. I was like tempted to do this on one of the corners, but I don't know. See how it looks here and we'll figure it out. I also really like... Okay, let's do this. Snap to the real thing. There you go. Struggle of having multiple grids next to each other. They argue. This is a great detail as well. The double thick portion of the wall looks really nice, because then take... I guess I could have just... Take this, and you move it back. Adds even more detail. Kind of a cool little, like, cellar door. I could also do a secondary door somewhere. Because I can't do this. This is angled. I think this is on the same grid. No, it's not. Could do the door here. Hello? Can I? Really? That is the question. Can I? Don't know if I can do the double thickness. That's what I thought. Okay, it is on that. Right? Okay. Those were angled. It's a little hard to tell because I have like 3 or 4 grids going on here because of the way I put this together. A very weird one. That means we get rid of this since we can't do a cool door. I didn't like the other ones, how those were working. Just get rid of that and just... Don't have to worry about putting a real door in and then having the swing. Yeah. I mean, I also just like this door for this whole area. Like, it looks really nice. Ooh. It's so weird sometimes. Like, what refuses to, that's like one rotation, skips that direction for some reason. Kind of like just leaving it to fill it a little bit better. These to cover the top. That's fine. A nice little entrance. All right with that. And then this will just work, and then I don't even have to worry about it. I don't think that's even the right grid. Oh, it is. Bah, see? I told everyone, sometimes this stuff just works for no reason whatsoever. It took me 5 days to get that to place, and today it just worked. Like, I literally have done that 100 times, easily. easily 100 times. And it just decided to work out of nowhere. So I'm like, for some reason, sometimes grounded building is just absolute persistence. And it'll work eventually just because it's Friday at 9:36. That will allow you to place there. On Thursday at this time, no, not allowed. I'm telling you, one of these days, it's going to let me place here too, because all these other ones have worked. Oh, of course that places. See, that wouldn't place the other day, though. I'll say that. 100% that it would not place like that yesterday. I know that's a waste, but it might help support this properly. I'm going to get it one of these days. Oh, there it was. Did you see that? Aha! Let's go. Way too excited about this. Telling you, sometimes it's so weird when it works. Yeah, underwater, that would be the same. It's like if you mess with something enough, it just works every time. Like every time. There's so few situations that I haven't been able to do something. And like every block I just placed here was not working like that the other day. Sometimes you have to do the same tricks like just from a different angle. It's just so random. I love that it works. Because it just like, I just know it now that it's like, I'm just going to stay persistent and this design's going to work. I think the only stuff I've done underwater is what I did in here, which I now don't really even have. None of it's underwater at this point. I guess that is. There used to be a floor along this whole thing, though. I got rid of all of that, so. I mean, like, I don't think I could get rid of this lighting, though. I think I'd have to keep all the interior lighting. I just would get rid of all the exterior lighting in the game once I get video of it. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people complain, like newer builders complain that there's some really frustrating parts, and I'm like, honestly, everything that most people complain about is the reason that I love it. Because like, they're like, nothing works, like I'm just trying to snap to grid on like foundations, and I'm like, yeah, just place it, like it'll work. And if it's a little like jank and off to the side like that, you'll learn that's character at the end of the day, is what a lot of it is. Just adds in its own unique little style to the build. I'm a big fan of how that all has worked out. I thoroughly enjoy being able to kind of break the game. Still not sold on any of this. Yes, I did think of this. Could do that on both sides. Could do that out of the other material. You learn to love it, yep. Honestly, most of the things that I've made that are like my favorite are the things that now don't work. Like the little window armoire thing or cabinet that you can put in it, and a lot of those little details. Paths and stuff. Those are my favorite when you get to like kind of break the game a bit. Compromise is key. Sometimes you win. Yeah, sometimes you lose. I mean, like, it took persistence. It probably took me a month to build this little thing. And then I figured out the combination, like the order in which to build it to make it work here. And then a bunch of people following that pattern were able to make it work. I've helped like 4 or 5 people build that little thing. And their pagoda base. All from just being like, I am going to make this work because I want that little forge looking thing. That would be the coolest thing. I'd be very happy. And what do you know? It worked. Yeah, the 40. This is still one of my favorite looking. I was gonna make so many cool paths and stuff. They ruined it. I'm so sad about this thing. I haven't messed with like it in a little while, but pretty sure it doesn't work. I haven't been able to repair what I did, so I know most of it doesn't work. Yeah. Yeah, it like snaps really weird to it now. Yeah. So it used to just snap and it worked. Now it's like like a second where it's like trying, but yeah. So that works. So if you want to build your path with this weird little bump in it, that part works. Sure. Your order of inputs is the thing for sure. Like Buddha stick candle in the base. Yep, 100%. Just comes with sitting there and being like, I'm gonna make this work. I don't care if it kills me. It's happening. This definitely needs more detail. I don't hate that as like one door. It almost feels like it needs maybe a second door somewhere. I think I could build one here. Might be a good spot for one. 15, really? You really think you're holding 15 things up? Let's see. It is. No! It was. No. It wasn't lying, guys. Dang it. Honestly, I deserve that. I deserve that big time. That's why, because it was coming from this? Is that what's happening? Yeah. That was well deserved. I was thinking, I now know what I was doing there. I know what grid this is built on now. That was what we were testing there. Don't anyone think otherwise. So the shenanigans was, I was thinking that this was on the grid, this wall, but the grid is these. So everything up here was on this grid, which is just these things, and was this piece. That's all clipping into that corner. I'm stupid. That's funny. And I should have seen that 100%. That was stupid. I was thinking of that completely wrong. I see the heirs of my way now grounded. Yeah, it should be. There we go. Okay, what's this? But actually, I have to frick. This has to be quarter pieces, though. To be able to build this little thing in the center. Yeah. Wait, it is just more of these. Good old multiple grids. It's a bit of an art. Whoa. Yeah, it was the double grid, right? Happens to the best of us. I get so used to getting floating builds or deleting something supporting pieces. That's just... Oh, dude, I've gotten to the point where I just carelessly delete them now. So I'm like, it's not a thing. I already know. And then I'm like, oh, that one was. I'm stupid. It has, as you can see, backfired before. Every once in a while, but it happens so often now that I often find that it isn't. It is quite often just completely lying. It is just funny when it isn't, and you know it's worth the risk sometimes. Love it. I did get cocky on that one because I wasn't paying attention quite right. Alright, you gotta let me place the floor. Okay, good. Sick. That's perfect. That's a great little spot for another door. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. That's a spam, I know. Guess I could go to... That's the struggle, is I can never have all of this open. Alright. Yeah, as I like throwing these doors in, I'm like, once I figure out cool ways to make these walls more interesting and stuff, these are going to start to get really cool. And I just like this other door so much better. Especially for some of these, like, that I don't really see being buildings that need to be entered. Or at least that's not the goal of the building. Like, I have no clue what this is going to be. I don't even know if I'm going to build stuff in all of these. I have a really specific idea for what the building's going to be, like this stuff. I'll definitely put the details in, but like stuff that's covering things or just kind of like randomness, maybe a little more simplistic. And then as we figure out how much room we have with the rest of the build limit, we'll keep adding details as we go. And one day it'll just all break and I'll never be able to open it again without it crashing. Maybe this one, like, is perfectly flush. This looks so much better in set, though. Yeah, it really does. So much better. Oh no. Oh. Hurry. Speed build. Just looks so much nicer. And the nice thing is you can just come, like when you want to open the door and just like rotate it out and it's an actual open door. Dual purpose. Honestly, that probably would look better over there. Dang it. knew I was gonna do this and be like, it's gonna look better 1 over. Freaking knew it what it was. 1 over, just 1. What are you supporting? Hi. How do I move this? Oh no. Okay, there we go. Like, yikes, this is gonna get weird. If it doesn't get a little weird, are you really building? Oh yeah. Of course, why didn't I center it? I don't know. Of course it's gonna look better centered. Why wouldn't it? Be cool to get some of this finished up quickly as we can. Try to get a new thumbnail made up for the next stream on Monday. I might come back and add details to all of this stuff. It's kind of hard to tell currently, like, what's too much detail, what's not enough, what I'm going to like and not like, just because as more and more buildings get added, the big details are going to be, like, a lot of the random details are just going to be very hidden when you're, like, down in these narrow little alleyways and stuff. So I really want this to feel like a tight, close-knit city sort of thing, which means I'm gonna really have like cram things in. So there might be spaces like this where some of these details get to be observed from different angles and stuff, but a lot of it's gonna be very just tough to see. So it's gonna be only so much detail I can really put in before it's like this becomes a waste of time in blocks, more importantly. I really wish there was a slightly larger mushroom window. Really, really wish. Maybe here. Each side of the wall there. Give me that one. For the door. Well, if this is even, I got too many stupid blocks in the way. Great news is that stuff takes so long to just disappear that it doesn't even matter. Really begging for this to be more centered than naturally it's that. I think there's gonna be a lot of this in these builds. Coming back. Moving one thing to fit another, to move it one block, to move it. Dang it. Do it on both. Duh. Is how it works. It looks like is it like Reggie Gigas or whatever? He's got like a Pokemon, bunch of different eyes. Guess it's all the Reggies look kind of like that. Derpy eyes. I don't know. Maybe it needs a lot of windows. Maybe that's what it is. It's kind of originally thinking of this as like maybe a hotel or sort of inn concept. Lots of windows up on the whole thing. Who knows? A little funky, but didn't quite feel right before. I don't know. That might be the way. But a little more breathing room. Better. Feels like it probably wants to continue up that way, but I'm not sure. Like, is it too much to just have it go like the way around? Doing over there. Because this is different than that. Uh-huh. Sure it is. Sure it is. I think that's some cap right there. This is also why I use half blocks on everything. They're just always... Oh, no. Okay. They're always just less annoying. I'm gonna have to wait 5 days till... Oh, there we go. Alright, don't touch this wall. Guys, don't do it. Not worth it. I said, many different grids going on here. Alright, little by little. Keep adding small details to these buildings and figure out as we go. Slow progress, but I mean, just having this thing sort of fleshed out and these added just makes me really excited for where this stuff's heading. There definitely needs to be more detail through some of this. 100%. It's just how and what I want to do. How do I make adjustments? Where do I need more building? Where do I need less? Start getting in Might be able to build a door here too. Or here. Oh, that's the angled one. One here might look pretty good too. This sort of being the idea that like many houses in these cities are going to be right next to each other. So like the idea being like maybe this raised one is actually a completely separate house from like this. And then like the upstairs tenant could be a separate space from like this lower one. So like having lots of entrances and all these height changes, I think is going to make a big difference. Sort of how I'm currently trying to think through it. I'm going to keep trying these until they turn blue. It'll happen one of these days. Sometimes it's just one of these two. These have been the game changer. These quarter ones are really random. They work a lot more consistently. Same with the triangles. Sometimes they'll just let you. This door can't be. Yeah. Question is, do I want there or there? Wait, it can be more centered. Centered-ish. Justified to the left, I think. Okay. Can't do a double here, but that's fine. Double thick, that is. Can't do that super thick. But that'll be good enough. Just enough, that is fine. Cheap. I'm gonna need to put teleporter out here. Really, this will be perfect. Actually, that's my science field station. They have an extra one, do I? Bummer. I don't really have any extra space at the moment. Put more teleporters down. It's just nice having one random one to TP. Might just be worth it to toss one in, honestly. Saves a lot of effort going back and forth. This real quick too. Circle that super chip while I'm thinking about it.
Hello there. How can I help you?
Or auxiliary chip to. Not that they do anything. Just gotta do it. Go here. See. Probably makes a lot of sense. 9. Perfect. Move this one out here. This way, because currently the major issue with this whole entire area is that 3 antlions are currently spawning down here. One of which I think when I adjusted this started spawning. So I may have to move some of these things and make some adjustments as we go to like this whole staircase design and move it outwards. But I try not to run around in this area because this is one of the areas that has the worst amount of like antlion infestation issues. When I put stuff like this, I end up having to kill all of them. Do the full-size gate like that, making it one big door, because now I want to make my doors like that on some buildings. Like this. I'd say the ones back that I did there are like half size. This would be like a full-size gate. And you can even make them taller, shorter. As long as they are not that crazy and kind. Yeah, that's their struggle. But that's how I built this one, like full size, I would think. Have to full. I think would look. Yeah. That's essentially exactly this, I think, is what you're talking about. I've done this in a couple areas. That's instead of a half, that's yeah, full size wall. That's what gave me this original idea. And because I did this before these 2 blocks were added, so you weren't, ugh, you were not able to do this previously, so they had to be done like this. Which I've done here and that out here too. I think this one's slightly different. This one's even bigger, yeah. Yeah, I left it a gap. But you can kind of take it however you want. It's not perfect. You can't really, if you space them out, you can't really fix some of those issues, but it still looks pretty good. Like, because this one could even look better since it's wider. This one might actually look better like this, now that I think about it. That's not bad. And like move that out and something like that. I mean, there's a lot of cool options with it. I don't hate that at all. That's tempting. Not that it's a huge deal, but I think there's a lot of potential with it. You could mess with the half size, the full size. Gosh, if they had it different material arches, oh, go crazy. Let's see.
Feels like I'm being cooked. I can't take this heat.
Ignore the wolf spider and the black widow that are inside there. Get rid of that. Black widow is really annoying. I think there was stuff clipped in. It's not worth going in there and trying to get it. Oh crap. He's in my frickin' stables, man. Is there another one over here somewhere? No. So at some point I'm gonna have to mess with these guys a little bit and figure out how to get them to not spawn in this area, because yikes. It's currently the only major flaw I have with this designed space. I tried very hard to like create all the other spaces in ways that don't have that issue. Which has worked really well. There's only a few antlions that really spawn on top of these areas, but because the bathhouse needed to be at the level it is to like access the water, I really kind of had to leave it. Like, it just made sense to have it at this level since there was so little space to mess with. Like, you can't mess with the puddles and stuff. They are what they are. Could probably also do these. Yeah. Like big doors with these triangles too. Pretty sick. Can be like that. Kind of cool. One in the stables was funny. Wild ride that just hasn't been broken yet. Seriously. One of the new ones. We just had it flew in. Someone's got to break this horse. Ah! Horrifying. Yeah, normally he's down here somewhere. I mean, the nice thing now is, like, I have a lot of areas to run and hide in. But, man. Come on. So long. Love it. Just love, like, starting to see these little details is like, oh, this is what gets me really excited about this area. Just like walking through here and like seeing like, okay, these different grids are like funky, but it's working really well. I think there needs to be a door here. They'd be cool to be able to craft that something, but oh well. Oh, I wish they had some black iron. Was wanting to Gothic building. Farming all that, yeah. I could go on and on. Honestly. That is, there are a lot of different pieces that I would love to see, but kind of get why they didn't mess with all of it necessarily. Could do entrance here. Some like stairs up or something. Grid is this on? There's way too many grids going on in this little building currently. I mean, even with the rust could be an interesting thing, for sure. Could be a very interesting little, like, mechanic, honestly. Okay, bye. Multiple grids for you there. Okay, I know that this should connect to this thing, but I don't want to be able to get this grid right. I think it should. There's this wall, an angled one. Oh, there's no way. On this, right? Yeah. That's not right. It's in its own universe. Could make... What that need? Ease thing? Oh, the secret tunnel's going, by the way. I missed a few streams here and there. Secret tunnels currently. I think we're pretty much at the same amount overall. I don't think I've really added in any others at the moment. Really more been like cleaning all the junk up recently is what I've been doing. feel like that's been the real main project. It's gonna be super weird. Tall is it? Sit one more down or something. A very squatty door. I think those are on the same grid now. Have to make it a really tall door, I guess. So thing is getting funky. Build is funny. Kind of amazed that this might actually work. The crazy part. Dude. Need to get this to be supported properly. Yeah. I don't think there's any other secret tunnels that you haven't probably seen. The only thing I've done is this little firefighter hole to get down to this, into here. Into the stable things. Other than that, I think it's all pretty much the same. I did have one that was there here, which is now just covered on top to get down to this area. But other than that, I think that's the only like actual new one that hasn't been in the game for a really long time. There is one sort of over there, but it just goes underneath that build. It doesn't really do anything yet. If you haven't seen the observatory one, I can run over there in a sec. It's pretty simple, to say the least. Kind of an interesting. There we go. We're getting it. That'll work now. Out of weed stems? Because I'm standing right here. Duh. I saw near the observatory. Yeah, that's all. That's all I've really done. I don't think you've missed anything else. Right, well, this is where we kind of figure this stuff out as we go, but there will be more to come, though, for sure. Okay. That's good enough. Technically, you can't even get in this building. Why is this is not? Maybe just enough to fill this crack where it's not going to bug me. Sneaky. This is actually nice. I think I like this. Now, these are the details. These are coming together. Once I start getting this kind of stuff together, this whole thing's going to start looking really nice. But it's just these little things, little height changes, little adjustments. Like even this one higher like that would look even better. That's pretty tempting to like raise this one level up and then do a little sort of thing. Similar idea. It's like maybe one block out. It's like there. Raise that up one. Do a little foundation piece right there, right? One of those. How we get rid of that? The fact that that's gonna work right there, that's beautiful. That's such a neat little detail. Taking this out. Covering it with a half block, you get a little half piece. That's like perfect. That built in. Raise that up one, and we'll be good to go. Love it. I did notice when I started laying out the other houses, I did really like the ability to... Issue here is now getting this to place correctly. There. Many of the doors in this little town looked a lot better with like raised entrances. They look a lot more interesting to me so far. That dude all over the place now. Part of the struggle of like changing this stuff so much is like I solve one antlion issue and then I create another by like making adjustments to what I've done previously. I think there's still one out here somewhere. Oh. Sounds like he's under there now. Well, there always used to be one right over here. Sounds like he's underneath though. Might be safe. Slowly as I build this out, it's easier and easier to tell what's going to cause a problem, what's not. Like all of these, I'm pretty much going to raise the entrances to the vast majority of them. It just makes them look way nicer. And then we can do floors everywhere. Which, I mean, bougie, yes. The right thing to do, though. Like, we'll be able to do that and create, like, an actual floor. Have a little foundation underneath this stuff. I think it'll make everything look a little nicer. Just, like, visually, this looks a lot nicer to me so far. This is the, that secret entrance, or secret tunnel I was working... Oh. Ah, no! Oh, no. He was infused. Holy cow. How did... That's so unfortunate. I killed that one because it was infused. And it spawned back infused. Doesn't see me, though. So randomly, we hit the correct height here. That's nice. I've been trying to figure out how to get those things to not aggro on me. It's very difficult. These, if we had the frickin' half triangle blocks, man. But yeah, this is the only secret tunnel that I've recently added. Crap, did it again. Please no. Forgot that floor wouldn't place. I only gotta get milk molars for 100%. Let's go, man. That's like the easy part. You can do that in no time. Alright, everyone. It is now 10:30. It's been a long day. I think I'm going to call it here. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Slowly making progress. I'm probably spending a little bit too much time on these details currently, but I think if I get these blueprints sort of down... If I get some of these like ideas that I can use as blueprints to sort of figure out the rest of this city, I think it's going to make it a lot more enjoyable. Just being like these little details and all these little things. Figuring out how to make some of this stuff look more interesting. Just little by little, we'll sort of add interesting details that I can sort of utilize in many different ways. Some of these things are super funny. But it's definitely coming together. I'm liking the direction we're heading. Not that everything's figured out perfectly. Not that that's how that's supposed to go. Dude, whoever put this mount away, what an idiot. What an idiot. No, we're definitely getting there, though. Eat this. Something along these lines. I don't know if this is perfect, but I'm going to send it. We're here. Yeah, we'll figure it out on the next stream, but I will catch everyone on Monday. Hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure to join the Discord. You're at it. I am always in there and open for questions and to help people on different builds. But I definitely appreciate everyone hanging out tonight, and we'll catch you on Monday. Peace.